Yo, Miles, what's happening, dude?
What up, Brian? Happy Friday. Ready for another 4.5 hour show. Yippee!
Yeah,
Yippee!
I don't think so. That was
No?
oof, wow. I will say though, man, it is so funny how sometimes we need each other to I gotta lean on you sometimes. Like if I walk into the show and there's like I have no energy and you have the energy, or vice versa, right? But man,
Who's got the energy today?
I think we both have energy, which is gonna be
Oh, wow,
really,
wicked. This is going to be good.
It feels like that. It feels dangerous.
We might be done in 20 minutes. We'll be just like, blah, 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 and that is it. 4 minute. The show might be shorter than 4 minute challenge at this
20
rate.
minutes,
So who
20
knows?
minutes is longer than I usually last, so that works. Is that not what we're talking about? Miles,
Whoa.
no, on Wednesday's show, I just felt so bad because Jamie and I did a show, we streamed State of Play, and then Wes and I tried to follow it up with a traditional GAMESCAST, and bro, we both walked into that dead tired, and like neither one of us was able to pull energy from the other one, and oh man, I didn't. Yeah, let's just pretend Wednesday's show didn't happen. I don't even know what happened on Wednesday's show, so let's
Flight
make up
Simulator happened. Flight Simulator happened, baby.
Flight Simulator did happen. All right. You ready? You ready to do this?
Yeah, let's
Make
do
up
this,
for
man.
it?
With all this energy, let's do this.
On
Come
your mark.
on.
Oh, hold on. Pete's saying my audio's low. There we go. On your mark. Get this. Go. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and 2 Eyes Friday right here on YouTube. We do it live 6 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure, but we care oh so much about your oral pleasure. That's why we put it up on podcast services of your choice. I don't think I put up Wednesday's show. I'll do that. Don't worry. It'll all happen at the same time. My name is Brian Paul from this channel right here without parole. And this gentleman over here to my left, your right, it's Myles Dyer from youtube.com/Myles. Myles, you've been playing the fucking weirdest shit on your channel this past week. What's been going on?
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, Brian?
Well, when 3 of the 5 games that you're playing this week, I've never even played.
So I shouldn't choose them ever on 4 minute challenge.
I mean, I think they'd be great choices. I'm sure Looper
they would
get
be.
it.
I would never do it. I would never do that to you, Brian. All right, let's. I was going to go through. This could be a new feature at the beginning of the show. I just talk about the 5 games I've played of the week, but I'm actually more interested for you to tell me your interpretation on what the fuck did Myles play this week.
What are we even talking about?
We're going to find out. What are we talking about?
Did you just make a new segment on the channel about your channel?
I don't know, man. I was just saying, like, you're just going to talk about these random shit ass games I've been playing. So what are they?
I don't know.
They are PSVR2 games.
That's true. That's true. Although, dude, I don't even know, man. I don't know. I basically see a few of your tweets here and there, and I haven't actually had time to stop in and really check out what you've been doing. Although whitewater rafting, I think, was the last one.
Today's was whitewater.
Oh, was it today?
Did you review that?
I didn't because again, I do, and I still haven't reviewed Kayak VR.
I just didn't know if it was a Brian Bites or but it wasn't even that.
No, it wasn't. Okay. And honestly, like I kind of want to like shove them both together into one review: the Kayak VR Mirage and Whitewater, because I think that's what people are going to the channel, going looking for reviews for. Which one of these should I buy? So what's the answer, Myles? You tell me.
It's a great one because actually on my Let's Plays, I never try and reference any other games, but it's impossible to do it in this. Yeah. So if Whitewater Raft or Whitewater VR came out on its own, I would say it's an amazing looking game. But like Kayak VR Mirage is just like one of the best looking games on PSVR 2. I like the open world setting of Kayak VR Mirage. And I think that it's just much more polished overall. But the thing we were always after was we want Whitewater Rapids, and they did that new level, but it was like, okay, there's a few little quick bits, but that's it. Whitewater VR, you know what they're going for, and like the speed and like trying to not hit the rocks and stuff. It's really great. It was a short Let's Play though. I ended in like an hour. And the free, like, there's not an open world. Like you have, I think, 4 maps, or is it 5 maps? I only played it this morning. And you can play it in segments on time trial mode or time attack mode. and that's where you've got to smash into boxes to increase the seconds. There's sort of an arcadey element. I like that. But for me, fundamentally, both of these games, what would be the winner for me is all about which one implements like full multiplayer first. I know that Kayak VR Mirage has added like kind of a multiplayer, but I'm talking about like actual racing modes and stuff like that. The question that you asked me was which one's the best, and I really struggle. I think overall Kayak VR Mirage probably wins it for me, just because I love the immersion and it's just visually more stunning and a much more diverse environments. But like, if you actually want a sense of like racing and like trying to find the path of least resistance, like where's the current fastest, where do you avoid the rocks, Whitewater VR does an excellent job on it. But yeah, that's an interesting one. The music in Whitewater VR is awesome as well. It's like drum and bass, fast pace, but also pretty chill as well. But Kayak VR Mirage does have penguins on it, so that probably gives it the edge as well.
We have a winner. I think whichever one adds guns first.
Guns,
yeah, you know, multiplayer is one thing, but being able to murder your fellow kayakers is a completely different story, right? Oh, what are we gonna? Well, we're gonna go out into the water and what are we gonna do? We're gonna race. Fuck that shit. Yeah. It's a video game. I want to do shit in video games that I can't do in real life. Or I mean, I guess you could do in real life.
Yeah, have a minigun turret on the front of your kayak. Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Great haptics, adaptive trigger support. It'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Whitewater VR, I think, only has one type of fish. It didn't matter what environment was. I think it was a bass. That was all I saw. It was just the same fish everywhere. So, but obviously that's not what you get the game for. Anyway, I like.
Why am I picturing your live stream? Just you with your head underwater going, nope, same fish. I didn't actually. I actually wanted to do that test on this game because that was the good thing about Kayak VR was, there wasn't none of that. Anyway, you chose probably the most normal game of the week. Actually, on Monday I played Chernobyl Arena. Ooh.
Not Arena, Awake.
Yeah, again.
Chernobyl again.
That's what you keep me around for.
It actually made me feel quite queasy in the headset. Frame rate, I think it is. I mean, it has reprojection, and to be honest, it's one of those games where I would enjoy it more probably if I wasn't live streaming it. Because whenever you're doing puzzle games, there's that added pressure on a live stream of like, I don't want to waste people's time. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's a beautiful looking game. I like that you can interact with all the items, and I'm curious to see where it goes. But like, yeah, I don't know if it was like frame rate or just the reprojection, but yeah, I didn't feel good in it.
Yep. That's a shame because that's an issue I had with it too. I definitely felt a little queasy in it. The frame rate did not seem to be hitting the prerequisite 60, and so the reprojection looked even worse than it should have. And so yeah, I was feeling a little queasy in it too. And some of the puzzles is one of those things where it's like, even when you know a puzzle solution, you're never sure if you're, if it's not working because you get the wrong solution or because it's a bug, right? It's one of those games. And so it went on sale for like $5 or something not that long ago. And I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, whatever. If you're willing to take the risk, then great. But man, I just feel like this game has not gotten the polish that it needs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Which leaves me, Brian, with the 3 other games I played this week, which I think might be the ones that you're referring to.
Okay.
So, House Flipper VR.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you go into a house, you got to clean it up, and then you rearrange it, refurbish it. Honestly, it's the basis of a really good game. Like, being able to build your own home is kind of cool, but it was just like, it was so shallow in its VR implementation. Yeah. And it was very frustrating trying to open cupboards and stuff like that. So not great.
That's a shame because it looks VRAF from this trailer. It looks like they what?
Yeah, what happened? You can redo the walls and shit, and like you can. It was an interesting one. Then it was Idol Maker VR. You haven't got. There is no trailer for it. I don't think. No
way.
Or is there?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Yeah, this is how I know like what kind of Let's Play I'm doing is if I can't find a trailer to start the show with, then I know it's not good. Idol Maker. So you have a
No
never mind.
trailer.
Always dodgy starting a sentence like this. So in this game, you have a 14-year-old girl who you're training to be a pop idol, and so it's she's like a Tamagotchi. So basically, you have cards and you plan out her month. So each week she's gonna be doing. So you do a bit of vocal training, or do some yoga, or have a rest, or go to work. And depending on what you do, it requires certain energy, or it creates stress. And then you can get her to do auditions. And if you get through all 4 rounds of the audition, you complete the game. And man, they have not implemented this for VR at all. The laser pointer in the game. If you're still looking for a trailer, dude, give up.
No, I gave up. I gave up. You told me it wasn't
The
there. I
laser
gave it
pointer
one
comes
shot.
from above your head.
Yeah.
I'm looking up and I'm seeing a laser pointer coming down. And like again, like it's the foundations of a good game. It just seems like they went, that'll do. Let's not bother at all. So absolute trash. And then pets and stuff.
Oh.
Cute game. I actually think it's good if you have kids and want them to get in VR. You look after animals. You've got to clean them up, make them look nice, and send them on their way. All the animals like doing the same backflip every time you complete a mission. I mean, it looks good in the headset. The haptics are cool when you're combing their hair and stuff, or brushing their teeth. And there's a lot of charming stuff about it. I know they've done shaven stuff, which I'll be trying out at some point. It's a cool game. It's very shallow, which isn't just because of like who it's aimed at, because like Job Simulator, for example, is aimed at kids and stuff, but it's very deep in its mechanics in terms of all the things. With pets and stuff, you get given all these items to use, and those are the items that you get to use for all the areas that you go into. The only difference from each of the 4 stages is that each stage has like 4 new animal types, and there was only one animal in the first 3 zones that had its own type of issues that would require something different. So I kind of felt like it was quite repetitive, but it was a cute kids game. But yeah, but tomorrow, Brian, sorry, just to end this, I am going to be playing. Have you heard of 90s? What's it called? 90s Extreme Skin. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on the show before.
That's just not ringing a bell, Myles.
No. So it's basically by Tunamax, they've basically done a game like Snow Scout. It's the skiing only, and supposedly it has multiplayer. I heard. I think the Game Cats should check it out if they've never heard of it before. But I would play it during the week, but because it's multiplayer, I'm actually going to do it tomorrow. So if any Game Cats want to play on my skiing, 90s Extreme Skiing with me, it's going to be at midday Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time, Saturday. Let's do it. Have you played the game before, Brian?
Yeah, so you haven't played it yet, is what you're saying.
I've actually never played it at all, no.
Okay, cool. No, I mean, listen, I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you. It's fun, you know. Just remember that you can punch other people and knock them out. And that is, listen, far more than the actual skiing. That's the fun part of the game. I giggle.
Right. So it's Road Rash, but
it's Road
Snow
Rash.
Dash, or Yep.
You just have to pretend. You just have to pretend that all the other skiers are cops. You
Gotcha. Dude, that game was so good as a kid.
Yep, it was.
Let's bring it to VR. Oh
man. No, listen, I agree with Distracted in the chat, and you don't hear me say that very often. Where the fuck is I Am Cat? I Am Cat was supposed to be out on PSVR2 like in February.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
I thought that was like, as in, why have I not Let's Played it? I was like, oh my god, yeah, I haven't, but it's because it's not out yet. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, the second that game comes out, I'm live streaming it. I don't care if I have to, like, you know, jerry rig a streaming
Sorry,
setup.
Sorry, GAMESCAST is cancelled tonight. I Am Cat's here.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah. Agreed.
We're gonna turn without. It's gonna be I Am Cat without Parole. That's all we're gonna do from now on. But yeah, it's I'm super excited for I Am Cat, and yeah, it's one of those games that, like, you know, it seems like they're struggling getting through certification or something, or maybe it had to be backburnered for some reason or another. We'll see what happens. But I do expect to be seeing that sometime soon. It's crazy, man. You know, like we were getting into the season knowing full well that we had a bunch of games with release dates. We had a bunch of games that were on the way that were still planned for this year with no release dates. And dude, it just feels like this week is the very, very beginning of all that being realized, right? The very beginning of like, oh man, you thought this season was going to be good for VR? Well, here we go. It's going to be even better. One of the best seasons we've ever had for VR. Which I feel like I say every year, right around September, end of September, beginning of October, I go, the next few months might be the best few months we ever have for VR. And I honestly think that's really the case, man. That's really the case again this year, right? I mean, how frequently do we get a Thief game or a new, a new first party game from, I say first party, but what I mean is not a publishing partner title from Endreams. There's just so much stuff on the way, and it just keeps happening. And then we had the announcement of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 this week. I mean, just
yes,
right. Whether people are interested in it or not, right? Whether you are personally interested in it or not, you cannot deny the mass appeal that this game has. The people have been begging for this, and even when people said, "Oh, it's probably going to come to PlayStation 5," now that Microsoft games are coming over pretty on a regular basis, and I don't think anyone thought that PSVR2 was a possibility. Right? We all knew how graphically intensive that game is, and what is the likelihood we'd ever get PSVR2 support? Almost nothing. And so I mean, it just keeps getting better and better, Myles. So
it is the solid catalog of top tier games, and we always
did you say catalog on purpose? Because I'm playing an I Am Cat trailer. Did you say catalog?
Oh yeah, I didn't know you were playing the I Am Cat trailer. No, that's good. I like that. Good,
I was just wondering. I'm trying to pick up on all the dad jokes you're dropping.
There we go. Or it was a game about the forest because of log, but.
You also said catalog, very specific. Catalog.
That's a log.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the question of where are the games, and just every year, it's often actually said in tech journalism, and I think we've spoken about this before, that people often overestimate the short term, but they underestimate the long term. And I think that at any given month, we're where are the big game announcements? But you get to the end of a year and you look back, you can name some really big hitters. And yeah, I was my buddy Damien, who I work with, he does Rough Talk VR. He is for a long time been considering getting a PSVR2, and he has been on the edge, and just it costs a lot of money to buy a PS5 and a PSVR2. But he says when he saw the announcement for Flight Simulator, he was just listing it. He's like Gran Turismo 7, No Man's Sky, Hitman, and now Flight Simulator. He said those 4 games alone are just system sellers.
I mean,
and it is
undeniable. Right? We love our single A games, we love our indie games. We get these all the time. But man, the AAA games we've been getting have been absolutely bangers, absolutely heavy hitters, things that are system sellers. So listen, we're making vague assumptions, broad assumptions as to whether Sony's funding this stuff or not. But if they are, they're making good decisions, right? If you're gonna throw your money at specific games, then throwing your money at Capcom for the Resident Evil games, throwing your money at Microsoft or Sobo for the for Flight Simulator, throwing your money at IO Interactive for Hitman, throwing your money at Hello Games for No Man's Sky. I mean, these are the biggest of the big, right? I mean, these are games that will get people to pick up a PSVR2 headset. So, but again, we are making some assumptions here. We're assuming that Sony's funding this stuff. I think it's a natural assumption to make, Myles, right? I mean, I don't think that anybody at Microsoft or Asobo are like, what would be great? We should just do for funsies, right? I don't think anybody over there cares about a few extra 1,000 copies that they're going to sell on PSVR2 or because of PSVR2 gamers. They're way more concerned about the millions of people who are going to buy the game on PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro for the flat screen version, right? The only thing that makes sense in my brain is that somebody at Sony is stepping in going, we got to do this. We got to make this happen. What do we have to do to make this happen? That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think the trade-off is often you want to sell the game flat screen on our platform. Well, to do that, we want you to do a VR version. Like it's kind of how we felt like there was with Beat Saber. There must have been some deal that was done there.
And that deal's fucking over, Miles. That deal's over.
Yeah. Well, look at Minecraft VR. Did Minecraft VR come to other platforms, or was that just a PSVR?
I mean, it didn't come. I don't think it came to Quest. If that's what you're saying. There may be in a VR mode on Steam. Somebody in the chat.
That's what I mean. It kind of feels like maybe that was a thing, but I don't know. It's always interesting to tell, and like, why not? You know, there's many ways that Sony can do deals with competitors with using their platform, and that's one of them. Which is, you know what? We actually need some VR games. We don't have to take our first-party studios off their big projects.
If they're working
it was interesting,
on anything.
Yeah. Because I was asked on my Wednesday Miles Dyer live show before State of Play what my predictions were, and I had no predictions for VR. My predictions were Saros, the new Returnal game, which looks great. It opened up. I knew Wolverine was going to probably be the ender. And then I can't remember what the third game was that I was thinking. I thought we were going to see some Ghost of Yoto, which I don't think there was any on the show, was there? No. But the two, like, if anything surprising was going to come out in the VR, it was, and this is a long shot, Wolverine being a VR development thing, because I always said, like, if they were ever going to do a game Wolverine, it kind of feels like it's going to be more grounded. But then as I started watching the trailer, I was like, there's a lot of things similar with Spider-Man in terms of the ridiculous combos and stuff. They're not going to do that in VR without having to re-engineer it. And then the other piece would have been Resident Evil 9. But Resident Evil 9 was on. I would say I was probably. I thought there was a 20% chance of it happening. I didn't actually have high hopes of it. Going into it, did you think Resident Evil 9 was a real possibility? Or
I thought Resident Evil 9 was like, if we're going to get a big announcement, that's going to be it.
Yeah.
Because typically, you know, we do get a couple, you know, maybe a hybrid announcement, a couple built from the ground up for VR announcements. I thought Resident Evil 9 was kind of a no-brainer for this one. And to be fair, I think Flight Simulator was a bigger get somehow.
I agree too.
Right, and so
especially because it comes with all the modes. Because when I saw you and Jamie going through all the details on the blog, like there's a lot of modes, like the firefighting, and I know there was the discussion around like you able to get out. Like this is a fully like dynamic weather system of the world. Like this is going to be crazy, man. Like it's going to be unbelievable.
Yep. No, it really is. You mentioned that Damien from Rough Talk was thinking about getting a PSVR2 headset because of the big titles. You know who else was thinking about getting a VR headset, a PSVR2 headset?
Tornado?
No. She I woke up to throw up on the floor today. So
that was nice.
She gets her little tummy gets upset even without a VR headset on. We don't need to exacerbate the problem. I
understand. Cats need 4 VR legs, which is a lot more.
That is true. They need twice as many legs.
VR legs.
Does that mean she needs 4 sense controllers? 4 tiny? No, wait, hold on a second. We have legs as well. Hold on. Yeah. No, none of this is working out. The math isn't checking out here. Yeah.
I was making a serious point, and you just
No, VR Trooper, man. VR Trooper in the chat said, after 4 years of following the show, I finally purchased a PSVR 2 headset. Hitman 3 is amazing. Fuck yeah. Dude, can you imagine watching the show for 4 years and then being like, all right, I guess I'll take the plunge. 4 years.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Brian's been yammering on it enough about it.
Some people need a little more convincing than others, but welcome to the family, VR Trooper. That's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations. What a great time to jump in, right? So many games are constantly on sale. You're not buying, you don't have to buy anything that's brand new. You just get a wealth of content for pennies on the dollar. I love it. Miles.
Brian.
Okay, listen, we get some tips rolling in here. And I want to tackle the first one first because that's how numbers go. It comes from Professor Lilith with the $5. She says, this week's Sunday multiplayer game will be Among Us. Thanks to Friend at Court for running this week's survey. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Is that Among Us VR or Among Us 3D?
The same thing.
Is it the same? Because maybe I haven't updated my game. Mine says on my console Among Us VR, so I don't have to download a separate game. That is just a part of it. Maybe
it's the same thing on Steam. They they made it more complicated than it had to be.
No way. On the PlayStation Store? No way. I don't believe that.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is. Obviously, Among Us 3D should be Among Us VR playable on the flat screen or in the headset. But I don't think they did that. I don't think they did that on PlayStation. I think they did that on Steam. It got real confusing real fast. I don't know why. But listen, guys, come join our Discord. Click the link in the description below. You probably have Among Us VR or 3D sitting on your hard drive, and you're like, I haven't played it because I don't want to play with a bunch of squeaky randos. And the GameCasts are the best people to play with. Man, getting in with a bunch of great people is just so fun, and you just laugh so much in that game. And so if you've been hesitant to play it, if you haven't played it yet, or you do own it, come join our Discord. Click the link in the description below and get in there. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we'll play some Among Us VR. It'll be great. And while you're on our Discord, feel free to hit up the Viewer Takeover channel, because you can get your questions on the show just like the Boffin did. He writes #Viewer Takeover on the Viewer Takeover channel. Says tonight's show should be the same as last Friday's, but rating each of the Puzzling Places puzzles. You ready for a 5-hour show where we just rate Puzzling Places puzzles?
All of them. How many? Because how many are there now? There's a lot. There's a
400. Oh, that's how many pieces I play.
Let's rate every piece on each.
Well, that's going to be a massive tier maker list.
At number 7, I think it's the corner piece on the temple. Yeah.
I mean, listen, the top 5 are always going to be corner pieces. Because there's 5 corners on every puzzle. 5 corners.
Yeah.
That's how jigsaw puzzles work. All right. We also got Dragon Mate, who writes #Viewer Takeover. Do you think the announcement of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 will help or hinder Aces of Thunder? This is interesting, Myles, because we expected to see Aces of Thunder on the show, or a lot of people did. We were fully expecting to get a release date finally for that game, although it's probably still coming at the end of October, as the last date on the PlayStation Store showed. But we didn't. Instead, we get a different flight game. What do you think? How do you think Microsoft Flight Simulator will affect the sales and interest level of Aces of Thunder?
Well, I think it's going to affect it, and I know this is not the way the question was asked. I think it's going to make, because Aces of Thunder hasn't given a release date yet, or have they?
Not on purpose, no.
Okay, not on purpose. Well, I was about to say, I think it's going to force their hand. I think whatever hesitation is, they're like, shit, we've got to get it out now. Like, we need to maximize this runway before we get to, forgive the pun, before this release, because as soon as the game comes out, it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be completely game over, but like it's going to significantly reduce their chances. So I can imagine that they're going to try and get this game out as quick as they can. They've had long enough now. How it's going to impact the sales? Yeah, I mean, casual players that are looking on the store page, they're going to be looking at like the sales charts, and Resident Evil, No Man's Sky, the Gran Turismo, these hybrid games do very well on the store listings because they sell well in their flat screen forms anyway. I think that when you look at the best selling on the PSVR2 tab, the hybrid games, it doesn't distinguish them between the VR version. It will just literally have, which is why they're always at the top and they get good exposure. So I think it's going to significantly harm it. If Flight Simulator is a good hybrid game, it doesn't matter if it is or not. That's not how visibility works. People are going to give it a go. I mean, I know it was mentioned on Wednesday's show, so this is not an original thought, but Flight Simulator Delivery 2025, that's going to be doing so well between now and launch, unfortunately.
Yeah, for
and
real.
It depresses me.
Yep. No, that's totally true. It will. People, I think, were already buying it on accident, thinking that it was like Microsoft Flight Simulator, and and it wasn't even called Delivery at launch. I think they had to add Delivery in there.
When I when I Let's Played it, it was called just Flight Simulator 2025.
Yeah, there was somebody demanded that to happen. Either Microsoft or Sony or somebody was like, "You got to."
Sony. I like the idea that Sony requested it, or maybe Sony said you're gonna have to take this down. They went, "No, well, no, we'll add in Delivery." Okay, yeah, that's fair enough, man.
Yeah, listen, I think it's great, right? I think the more the better, the more the merrier. I honestly think that first of all, the games are so completely different from each other, right? Aces of Thunder, way more arcade based. We're talking about a lot of dogfighting. We're talking about a game that's running at 90 frames native, like that is really meant to just like convey speed and an action. And then you get Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's a lot more chill, right? A lot more about exploration. Obviously, it's got a lot of the campaign stuff going on, so it's not going to be completely chill. But I honestly think this is it's almost like saying Ridge Racer wouldn't do great or Burnout wouldn't do great on PSVR2 because Gran Turismo exists. No, what it is it's satisfying all the different audiences. In fact, I think that the number of people who will buy a headset because of Ace of Thunder or buy a headset because of Microsoft Flight Simulator will probably also pick up the other game, right? Just for some variety. And Ace of Thunder likely will. I think they've already said that it's going to be a hybrid game. I don't know if it's going to launch with the flat screen mode or if that's going to be there after launch. So it's going to have like the same issues with the PlayStation Store as Flight Simulator does or will. And yeah, I think it's just great, man. It gives people a reason to pick up a PSVR2 headset. It gives people a reason to buy a Hotas. If you're into flight games, suddenly like when there was basically only one good one, Ultrawings 2 on the store, suddenly there's going to be 3. And I think we can't forget that we didn't get a release date for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We get a very, very vague sometime in 2026 release window for the PSVR2 version, I believe, right? I think that's as specific as they got. So I think Ace of Thunder is going to have a very, very, very long runway where it's the premier flight game on PSVR2. So I don't think there's anything to worry about.
We're getting on average, 2 top tier hybrid games a year?
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the case, right?
Yeah, was it GT7, Resident Evil Village, year 1, year 2, Hitman, No Man's Sky? Actually, No Man's Sky might have been the first year as well, actually. But it still averages out. Yeah, I mean, these are good things. These are really good things.
Yeah.
It does remind me, Brian, does PlayStation do an official Hotas, or have they got a partnered brand one? No, they don't.
No, they just Thrustmaster is just the one that everybody seems to be pointing to, and it's been the one for a while now. I should pull it out of that box eventually, but I'm kind of waiting for Ace of Thunder to get here. You can, if you're dying to use a Hotas before Ace of Thunder comes out, if you bought one for Ace of Thunder, if you're buying one for Microsoft Flight Simulator, don't forget there's already a couple games that use it. Got Awesome Asteroids on PSVR2. There's Space Docker VR on PSVR2. So you get some reasons to pull that thing out and get acclimated to it.
Yep.
Myles, speaking of Flight Simulator Delivery 2025, the trophies went live for Truck Simulator 2025 Euro Driver.
Dude, there's so many simulator games that I've got. I think I've got Electrician Simulator planned for next week, and then Supermarket Simulator. I mean, we're getting spoilt, man. We get to simulate everything in VR at the moment.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, obviously there was even some talk on Discord today about, is this the real one? Is this the real game? No, this is not the real. If you're looking for like the official, the real Truck Simulator VR, the truck, whatever it's called, I forget the name of the real one. Is it just called Truck Simulator? It can't be right. This is the crazy thing is this is seemingly by a different developer than the Truck Simulator 2025 American Driver. Maybe it's just got a different publisher. Maybe it's the exact same developer. I have no idea. But man,
these shovelware games, dude, their websites are all different, but they all have the same thing. It's just complete, like, we do publishing, we create games, and it looks like ChatGPT spat something out and like don't have any details on their teams. Like, I saw Ryan, who does the Mystic PlayStation channel, talking about this because there's a lot of questions about shovelware and should PlayStation be more restrictive on what is allowed on the PlayStation Store. And he made a great point, which is, yeah, you might want that, but at the same time, you don't want Sony to be so strict that you prevent first-time developers, because there's a lot of people out there that are legitimately releasing their first game, and it might not be the greatest game, but they have the right to get it out there and see how it performs. But there are these examples where I'm seeing all these games, and I'm just like, it must be the same company, just creating all these shell companies and bullshit websites, and just, you know, I don't know how it's allowed to happen. But yeah,
I mean, they're games, and they work for the most part, right? They might not be good,
true.
And they're overcharging for them.
I did have a bit of fun with Gram Rush, even though it was short-lived. Like, there was something there. It worked.
Yeah. No, this is my footage from Truck Simulator VR American Driver, right? Where the frame rate is terrible, the resolution is terrible, but dude,
was the frame rate bad?
Yeah. I mean, listen, if it was just the resolution, I'd be like, you know what? When it's on sale for like $10 or something, maybe, right? Just because it is fun to drive around and accomplish these little missions. But with the resolution and frame rate the way they are, I'm literally telling people, if you're remotely interested, wait for like until it's $1 or $2, because I don't want you giving these people money. This is, but there is something here. They knew how to make a fun game, and the fact is like they're doing stuff on PSVR2 that the big boys aren't. Right, the big boys are not bringing over their games. Although I did see Looper in the chat say the real truck driver simulator is coming to PlayStation 5, and it's got VR support on PC, so nothing out of the realm of possibilities. And something we did say on Wednesday's show was that it is possible that the dude, the footage of this is. Dude, it's just so funny. All these fucking creepy black vans driving around this nice little neighborhood, then crashing into each other. It's like something nefarious is happening. Man.
What the?
But what's the possibility that, like, you know, that Flight Simulator Delivery 2025 was the catalyst for them saying, dude, this game is selling and it's garbage. People want this on PSVR 2. So if people buy the truck simulator games because they don't know any better, that could be the catalyst for getting that game on PSVR 2 as well. So listen, they might be a necessary evil in a couple situations here. You know, we don't want anybody wasting their money, but for the people who are wasting their money, you're sending a clear sign that we want these games, not the trash ones.
So we need like a shovelware game we need to make called like Call of Duty. Stuff like that. We just think of the most popular games we want.
I think we need to make a game called Brian Shock VR.
There we go. That's it. Let's do it. And then we'll get it on the top of the charts. And then PlayStation like shit. We need to
Brian Shock.
We need to. And then PlayStation like shit. We need to actually fund a proper Brian Shock game.
It'll just be my voice on every radio saying, "Would you kindly?" My voice.
I have to admit though, like, we have our internal Flat to VR Studios chats, and when we were talking about Flight Simulator being announced, Elliot Tate in the team was sharing the oh no, you've already got Flight Simulator, and then I showed him the charts, and he was like, oh, maybe we need to rename all our games, like Robo Quest should just be called like Robo of Duty or something, like just make everything close to just popular games. And I was like, unfortunately, that it would probably work.
I mean, listen, like, you know, Reggie already tried it with Strange Game Studios. Like, his game was Honor and Duty, right?
Oh, that was it. That was true,
right? And I was like, woof, that,
yeah.
And you know, I think he made some really good games. But when you call your game that, you can't shake the vibe that comes along with it. That this is just a cheap cash in. This is shovelware, right? If you name your game something shovelware adjacent, then that's just going to be what people think of your game. I really think that Reggie would have had better luck if he called his game something else. But oh well. Dude, let's check in with the chat. The tips are rolling in, and we gotta get caught up on it. Thank you everybody for your generosity. Really appreciate you guys keeping the lights on. We got Jesus, the tip window is gonna crash though. Hold on, let me refresh it.
The tip window is gonna crash.
It's a YouTube thing, man. I swear, because my computer's fine, but then the tip window's like, Old Darth with the Canadian 5 says, Microsoft Flight Simulator is big for PSVR 2, but don't sleep on Thief VR. The trailer for it has over 1.2 million views. That's massive. That is massive. We do not see VR games getting that much love on YouTube in terms of views. That is huge. Although we don't know much about it. It's still coming. It's coming out this year. We don't know much about it. Fortunately, Myles, if you're curious about Thief VR like I am and wondering what Maze Theory and Vertigo Games have in store for us, next week, I think it's the 30th, they're doing an in-depth reveal on the Vertigo Games YouTube channel.
Ooh.
Excited?
No, but I might watch it.
You're not excited?
No, I'll check it out. I'm just tired, Brian. I'm just tired.
Hey.
Whoa. Sorry.
Wake the fuck up. Yeah. Man, I've been dropping no-dos into your beer. I guess it's just not working. Do you guys have no-dos?
Dropping what?
You don't have no-dos?
Never heard of that before.
Bro, we used to take no-dos. It's like just caffeine pills. We used to buy no-dos in college and crush them up and snort it like cocaine.
I haven't got, but I've got some of these.
What are those?
Nice. They're little gummies. No, they're not. It's magnesium. Magnesium
nice.
pills.
Good. Magnesium's
I
important.
never knew. Only recently, everyone said, "Oh yeah, you got to get your magnesium in." So
yeah,
there we go.
There's all sorts of magnesium too. That's the hard part. Is
even
with like with B12 and magnesium. I have 3 different types of magnesium in my cabinet right now. There's magnesium citrate, which is really good for gut health. And then there's 2 other types of magnesium that I just couldn't even tell you the difference of right now without looking at the bottles.
Yeah, I've not had it yet. I think you smash it up and then with a credit card and then you snort it. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You think gummies? I don't think you smash up gummies, man. I don't think
these got white powder in it. It's nice.
Boy. Okay.
Not that I would know. Anyway.
Anyway, so looking forward to seeing the update on Thief because that original trailer came out. It looked great, and people have been making wild, predictions about what the game actually is. We don't know how linear it is, how open that world is. We don't know even when it comes mission to mission. We don't really know what each one entails. So I'm curious. Scally's hopefully they'll all be revealed this upcoming week too, with a release date, right? Because we need to start planning.
Yeah, we do.
Scally says with the £5 says, considering buying back my old PSVR1 headset as I now don't think Sony will bring back the classics. Should I? Myles?
Well, what are the classics? Scally says.
Dude, obviously Immortal Legacy. That's the only correct answer.
Good dog, bad dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, dude, Blood and Truth, Everybody's Golf VR, Farpoint, dude, like all of these games are incredible.
The Journey. Oh,
Here They Lie.
Man. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Sharknado. Yep. Oh my God, so many.
There's a lot of them, and
Campfire. Yep.
Bonfire. Yeah. Yeah, no, but I mean, listen, like I know you're kind of joking, but for like a $2 or $3 title, whatever, Bonfire was great, and
I played it for the first time a few months ago. I got my PSVR out and played it, and I was like, "This is great."
Scally, I think the important thing is that like look for a deal, right? Because PSVR1 is considered outdated technology. It's like being replaced with the much easier to use and easier to set up PSVR2, right? You don't have to mount some camera somewhere. Your lighting doesn't have to be perfect. It's a completely different experience. And so people consider outdated technology. You should be able to find one really, really cheap. So as long as you're not in a rush, I would say take your time. Oh, catch and release. Good shout, Jason. Wipeout.
Dude,
how do we forget Wipeout?
Have we still not got a fishing game other than Resident Evil 4 on PSVR 2?
No, we don't.
I mean, it's a big fish you catch in
No Man's Sky
Resident
has
Evil.
fishing now, right?
Oh, that's true. But I mean an actual, how has that not happened? Dude, we should make fishing simulator.
Dude, bro, I'll tell you why it happened, because real fishing VR, real VR fishing just kind of went radio silent on the PSVR 2 version, and we have no idea what happened to the catch and release developer. Like just completely
he's still out on the lake, isn't he?
I am, dude. Like I make jokes about it, but I am legitimately concerned. Like, what happened to him? What happened? Yeah.
Can someone find him for us, please, and let us know next week?
Jason Garber, right? Like, I did an interview with him. Such a nice guy. Like, such an awesome dude. And like, if anybody has a contact, his email addresses, any email I sent to the old contact I have for him gets sent back. Can't DM on Twitter. Nothing. So, really hoping that's yeah.
Jason Garber.
Hopefully he's doing okay.
You're not on LinkedIn, are you? Let's have a look. He's on LinkedIn.
I'm on LinkedIn because you made me a LinkedIn profile.
That was it.
Yeah. But yeah, catch and release, man. Anyway, so the point is Scally, make sure you get a good deal because you should be able to get a great deal. I know so many people that got a PSVR1 recently over the last 6 months or so, $100 with Move controllers, with a ton of physical games, with the camera, everything, right? I mean, you should be able to get a great deal. Also, catch and release was awesome. What is this? I got some footage of catch and release here. We'll play that for a second while I'm looking at the next tip. Next tip comes to us from, whoa, it's a long one. Here it is. Game Gato with the Australian $10 says, hold on, I gotta bring it up on this one so I can actually read it. Love you guys and the GameCat community. Persistence and the GameCat community's persistence for making Rush truly happen. And Myles, can't wait to see you beat off. That's the end of it. Can't wait to see you beat off.
Beat off what?
Can't wait to see you beat off attackers on the slopes tomorrow.
What? Who are the attackers I'm beating off? And like,
just pretend they're
peasants. Is that what you do in the game? And like, do I have to beat them off one at a time, or do I have to beat them off all at the same time? Like
this is it.
Like right here. That's the presidential dance, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, is that what he's doing? It's been a dance this whole time? I thought it was just support for the LGBTQ community.
Oh, I thought he was. Giving a helping hand to a couple of ghosts.
Oh, I'm done. That's hilarious. Anyway, I can't wait to see you beat off attackers on the slopes tomorrow. P.S. Apparently the Euro Truck game is actually good. I will find out for you. I will definitely play Euro Truck.
What game am I playing tomorrow? I thought it was a nice family-friendly game I was Let's Playing. And I'm now I'm going to be beating people off on camera.
I think that's grounds for demonetization. But it is grounds.
So. I'm gonna have to report it before. I mean, I'm glad you warned me now because I'll have to give them the heads up before I do it.
Or you just heads down.
How many players is multiplayer?
What? The 90s Extreme?
Yeah.
I don't know, 6, 8, 6.
That's a lot of people to beat off.
All right, and we're moving on. We got Dead Ringer, the Game Cat. What's up, Dead Ringer? Hopefully the little ringers are doing well. It says, can we just get these 2025 trucker developers some help?
Okay.
I hope somebody should help.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, dude, I'm actually intrigued at the prospect that Euro Truck Simulator could be good. Because again, American Truck Simulator was fun, even though it was terrible. Okay. You know,
and at least on the Euro one, you're going to be driving. Well, it depends where in Europe you are. But I was like, maybe there's hope that you'll be driving on the right side of the road.
Joseph X with the $2 says, "How does the Hotas work with current VR games?" What do you mean? Plug it in. Like,
you plug it in and then you move it about.
I don't have mine plugged in, so I don't know. How does the Hotas work with current VR games? Anybody in the chat help out? I don't. It's just they're designed with Hotas support, and so you may have to tell the game that you're using Hotas, and then it just flips.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to use it on like puzzling places if that's what you're thinking.
Right. I think currently only 2 games support it, but I'm probably missing a game. I do think it's only Awesome Asteroids and. Oh wait, we have. It's probably 3 games. What's it called? Not Windlands, the flight game.
Ultrawings.
Yeah, Ultrawings 2 probably supports it, right? It's got to support it. Yeah, Ultrawings 2 and then also the Space Docker. So, well, Nick Mueller says maybe he just wants to know what games. So I guess we answered it. I think it's just those 3. I'm probably missing one. Does it work with No Man's Sky? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure some people are using the Sense controllers and then switching over to the Hotas to music on my end.
Oh, it doesn't work, they say.
Doesn't work with No Man's Sky. Was that a thing on PSVR1? Why do I have this in my brain, Ace Gamer?
I don't know. I have a feeling that or maybe we're just talking about wanting it, but yeah.
The DualSense does. That's what I was thinking of. So people have the DualSense handy and not a Hotas handy. Okay.
I'll tell you one game it definitely doesn't work on, Brian. Max Mustard.
Yo, don't buy Max Mustard, you guys. Dude, what a weird way to market your game. Right?
They actually say that. Don't buy it.
Yeah, so hold on a second. Let me bring up this Reddit post. I believe this is from Toast Interactive. Yeah, so Richie over at Toast posted on Reddit, "Don't buy Max Mustard this week. Okay. It's getting a limited time price drop on October 5th to celebrate Richie's Plank wishlist to Max Mustard's 1 year anniversary."
Wow.
Yo. So don't buy Max Mustard. But listen, this game was $30. People, I think maybe it's safe to say that that's a little on the expensive side when it comes to a third-person platformer. That we're literally talking about a game that's half the price of the newest Astrobot game. It does not have half the content, did not have half the development cost, right? It's using that kind of math, you'd be like, well, that seems expensive, right? I think they probably would have killed it at $20, and it doesn't sound like they killed it at $30. However, if you have not bought Max Mustard yet, it's really nice that Richie's saying don't buy it until this date, because we're about to drop the price, and it's going to be, ready for this, Myles? $10.
What? 10?
How crazy is that? $10 for Max Mustard.
That's a must buy.
Yeah, I agree. Because it does, dude. It does.
You don't have Max Mustard, buy it at $10. You're going to get $10 worth of pleasure, easy.
Friday night shows are always the best.
Yeah,
dude. This is it might not be Astrobot, but it feels like Astrobot. It's bright and colorful. Use the OLED panels. These are nice worlds to exist in. Max Mustard controls like Astrobot, right? The haptics, it's like they played Animal well, dude, right? Like they understood how great haptics feel with the Sense controllers, right? You feel every takeoff and landing with the jetpack. This is really, really good, man. And the fact that it didn't sell better really makes me sad, because Max Mustard should have been the start of a franchise. It should have been, we should already be looking forward to Max Mustard 2, because the upgrades that they did in this, the way that they turned what most platformers do, and they just go, here's a bunch of abilities from the, what are you laughing about, man? I can't concentrate.
The chat, man, the chat is fucking ridiculous. And I think it's also because the chat obviously gets things at a delay, so by the time I'm over it, I get reminded of what has just happened.
You're gonna get $10 worth of pleasure? Is that it? I want this to be a box quote. Can Perp do a physical version of this?
Yeah.
And then put Miles's quote, "You're gonna get $10 of pleasure." And then, just for funsies, charge $30 for the physical. So be like, well, at least I'm getting a third of my purchase price of pleasure.
Sorry,
yeah. No, listen, this is so good. Go watch my Max Mustard review. This game is great. It didn't get enough love, didn't get enough support. This is exactly what we needed in the headset. We didn't get Astrobot, we got Max Mustard. There's just enough first person stuff to make it worthwhile. The progression system is great. I love that they have the store to unlock different abilities. The
mini games were fun. Yeah,
the mini games were fun. I think Max Mustard 2 would have blown it out of the water, right? And so if there's, I think this might be the last chance for Max Mustard. I'm just trying to be honest here. I think this is the last chance for Max Mustard to become a thing. These guys know how to make an awesome third-person platformer, and if everyone goes out and buys this when it hits the $10 price point, maybe we can revive this thing. Maybe we can bring it back. Maybe this can be something on PSVR 2. I don't know.
And it's not just about just so people know, it's not like, oh well, if we all buy it, that's not going to be enough to fund Max Mustard 2. It's not about that. It's about creating momentum. Getting it on the charts so other people notice it. And joking aside from what was said earlier, like $10 is an absolute steal for a game like this.
Yeah. And the variety here
I played it for my Let's Play, and there are very few games that I instantly want to go back to and complete it until the end. And Max Mustard, I just kept going back to because, as Brian said, the mini games, the progression system, the unlockables, it's great. It's super charming, and it's filled a hole because of Astrobot has just not decided to visit us on PSVR 2 yet.
$10. I feel like even if you're on the fence, $10. It's hard to say. Hard to not support these guys at that price. We got the GameCat Andrew Ehrenreich with the level 2 membership. Says, let's get Evil Resident Simulator 7 going for VR2. Who can get in touch with the developers and maybe Robot Rescue Sim Delivery 2025 VR edition?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get Evil Resident Simulator 7 going for VR2. I would play that. No one is surprised. Like, of course you would, Brian. You play anything crappy in horror. Thank you, Andrew Ehrenreich. Dead Ringer, the Game Cat with the $2 tip, says episode top 20 most wanted PSVR games on PSVR 2. You got it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You ready to start? I'm going to go number 1.
Now?
Resident Evil 7. Oh, we're just going to do it now. Right, you ready to get 20 games? Yeah. I love it, though. We'll definitely do that soon enough. One of these weeks has to be slow enough for us to be able to do that. I love all the people in the chat saying how much Max Mustard is worth it at full price. I do agree with them.
Agreed.
Right? They did not give us a half-ass Quest port. I played the Quest 3 version right before playing the PSVR 2 version, and our version is beautiful by comparison, and the haptics and adaptive triggers make everything feel so much better while you're playing it. Very, very good. Okay. Somebody already brought up Rush VR, so let's go over to the news of the day. Myles, I honestly don't know if I expected this, and I don't know if I expected this so soon. But the Binary Mill
we always discussed it, like, because Binary Mill has been putting out all these bangers with all these games lately. There seems to be a lot of momentum behind them. Because what was the game that when they announced Into Black?
Yeah,
what was the game that they went out with straight away? Didn't
they did a whole PlayStation blog post about Into Black, and then between the time that came out and the actual game of Into Black came out, they released Resist.
That was it. It was Resist, wasn't it? Jesus.
Yeah, and Resist was such a good port. Such a good port. It looks beautiful and moves great on PSVR 2. That it made us even more excited for Into Black. And of course, Gun Club. They did an amazing port of Gun Club on PSVR 2. Really good stuff, man. The Binary Mill is just firing on all cylinders. They are getting games out in record time, as far as I know. They're handling all these ports themselves, and so they have proven themselves, Sirens on my end, to be like very proficient not just VR development, but being able to take advantage of all of the features on PSVR2.
Yes.
We don't see that with every PSVR2 developer. You know, not. I'm not saying this just because you're here, right? But I love Surviving Mars VR. Do you know how much more I would have loved Surviving Mars VR if it utilized the adaptive triggers and haptics more in the controllers, right?
I would just say, obviously, like I always got to be careful when talking internally to devs. I talk about binary mill. I think they are the gold standard for PSVR2 porting. Just everything they do, the textures, 3D audio, adaptive triggers, as you say, incredible. And so when I first heard about Rush VR, I actually never played Rush VR on PSVR. It was one of the titles that I missed out on. But I'm super excited to get to experience it this way because... And I actually said this in response to when AJ was tweeting about it earlier today. I was like, I am I'm pretty much near certain that this is going to be a very polished port because they have a track record of it. Gun Club I never played on PSVR, but I got it on PSVR2 and I was blown away by the adaptive triggers and the haptics and everything. Like, everything they've done has just been polished. You might not enjoy the game overall. It might not be your type of game where you think it's a bit short, but when it comes to the actual utilization of PSVR2 features, it's near, 10 out of 10, if not just under.
I find it really interesting that they've been very transparent talking about, when everybody was like, oh, we're so happy, Resist is so good and we can't wait for Into Black and all this, but we want Rush. We want Rush VR on PSVR 2. And their response was, that was a fucking mobile VR game, right? They were very transparent. They were like, this, like, even PSVR 1 got a port of the mobile VR game. Right? It was not technically an amazing accomplishment by any stretch, right? We were getting very much a port of a mobile game on PSVR 2. Fortunately, it was really fun, right? The tracks were really big and wide, and you could, as you can see here in my footage, you can kind of go whatever way you want to. And so, so it, in a sense, like they had done a great job on PSVR 2, bringing a mobile game to PSVR 1. But from the sounds of it, when we were requesting this, they were like, I don't think you guys want that. We don't think you guys want that version, right? Which is an interesting thing for a developer to say. You would think any other developer would be like, quick and dirty port, let's get it over there and sell the crap out of it. But instead, what they did was call it Rush Apex Edition. They have not announced this for any other platform. This is not a Quest game. This is not a Steam VR game. This is a PlayStation VR 2 currently, seemingly exclusive. It does have a release date, just FYI, November 5th. So again, here we are yet again getting another game that's coming out that we did not even know was coming in the next 2 months. And then in the description, they say it's a fully remastered version. Take advantage of the power of PSVR 2. This is incredible, right? This is not what we asked for. We asked for a quick and dirty port because we just want to play the fucking game. And they were like, not good enough, guys.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. That doesn't meet our standards. And for that, I say thank you. Because they didn't need to do this. But my question for you, Myles, is there's got to be a reason they decided to do it this way. Resist must have sold very well. Into Black must have sold very well. Gun Club VR probably sold very well. Games sell better on PSVR 2. Why else would they be doing this on PSVR 2 and then again giving us something bigger and better than just a straight port that we asked for? Their games must be selling well. And that makes me happy to assume.
Yeah. Nice to say, man.
Anyway, so you didn't play Rush, huh?
No, dude. Before the show, I mean, I was always aware of it, but just before today's show, I watched your. Was I saying the 8th of December? I think it was not. What was the date of it? Let's find this. It was unbelievable going down a trip down memory lane. Review. 4th of December, 2018. Yeah.
Dude, I've just been doing this way too long. Like 7 years
So it
ago.
was four locations with 20 tracks across all of them. So that's a lot of content, and they have a lot of different modes in it, right? They have a campaign, but they also have different multiplayer modes.
They added courses, they added modes, they added locations since then, right? And in fact, what I'm showing here, I believe they added way after launch. This was this volcano map was not part of the original launch.
So will there be a new map for the PSVR2 version?
Ooh. Listen, I'm not even asking for that. Like I just.
But that's the
again,
thing.
right?
We didn't even ask for what they're doing now, and they're doing it. So they may as well.
Yep. Listen, Unique in the chat says, "Why would I buy Rush VR when I can do it all in Microsoft Flight Simulator?" Dude, it's just this game is such a rush. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. It is such. This is the kind of stuff that VR was made for, right? Wingsuit racing in VR, flying past your friends, racing them, and it's so arcade like, right? It's very burn. If you guys didn't play this, then it's so important that you know this. It's very Burnout like. Flying close to the ground gives you. Oh, hi! You want to show your butt to everybody? Huh? You want to show your butt to everybody? Huh? Yeah. Flying close to the ground is just like racing against traffic or having close calls in Burnout, where you're filling up your boost meter, right? And that's so important. So you need to fly dangerously. That's how this game works. And
that's awesome.
Right? And then flying through the rings, obviously, in order to make sure that you're hitting the checkpoints and not getting speed deducted. And it's just so even when you're waiting for your friends to play a game, they give you all these fun little Nerf-like guns to shoot at each other and cans of soda to shake up, and then they go flying because of all the carbonation. Dude, lots and lots and lots of fun little details in this that I guarantee you can't do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is just a fun ass game. So hopefully that all translates to the PSVR2 version, and I can't wait for some headset haptics when you're going at maximum speed. Right. Anytime you see, anytime you use the boost or you're maybe when you're flying close to the ground, I expect that headset to be rumbling. I'm super, super excited for this, man. All right. Comic book guy with the 10 quid says, well, Wanderer now seems to be unplayable for me, as every time I open it, it's now crashing. I open the app, it just crashes right away. Is it worth buying the physical if it's a... What kind of problem? DETA problem?
A data problem.
Oh, data problem.
Data. But is data how they say it in Australia and New Zealand? Data.
Listen, I gotta try to help you out here. Stop spending money on broken stuff, right? I am the biggest fan of Wanderer there is. I'm the biggest fan of that team over at Mighty Eyes that there is.
Yep.
But at a certain point, you have to say, fucking, stop the bleeding, stop the hemorrhaging, stop giving people money when they don't deserve it. Yet, we are all going to rally around Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, when it's done, when it's ready, right? When it's ready, we are going to be the one screaming the loudest, go buy this game. It's finally ready. You're going to be able to enjoy it without any crashes, without any random bugs that'll make you reset your game or have to lose 2 hours of progress. When the combat is reworked and is more satisfying, when the DLC is added, when the PS5 Pro support is added with PSSR, all the things that they promised. When that's all done, we will be here screaming about it. In the meantime, let's not reward this kind of stuff. Absolutely fucking love those guys over there. Mighty Eyes, absolutely love what they're doing. I think Wanderer is an amazing game. It's just not ready yet. So stop the insanity. Remember that? Stop the insanity? Who's that? With the shades.
Powerpuff Girls. Oh,
Powerpuff Girls. That's what it was.
They had the best theme tune.
Yeah.
Pretty good. They should have a VR game.
Anyway, don't buy the physical version. Not yet. Buy the physical version when it's ready. I mean, I don't think it's like a limited release or anything like that. So save your money. Buy it when it's ready. GameCat with the Australian $5 tip says Euro Truck Simulator has 79% on Metacritic and 90% player score on Steam. I spoke to someone who says it has beautiful graphics and is addictive as fuck. What is this the same one?
Yeah.
We're talking about right? Are we talking about the same Euro Truck Simulator? Because this is I thought this was the same situation as Flight Simulator Delivery, where we got like a game that was similarly titled. Is this not the same situation?
We don't know anymore.
Yeah, hold off until I get to play it, right? Because I enjoyed.
There's only one review that matters. Metacritic, no. Cricket, Jiminy Cricket.
Metacritic?
No. Do your reviews go on Metacritic?
No.
Then it's
no. You have to like fill out a form or something.
Oh God, not a form. Oh my
I know.
God. No.
I know, dude. Dude, you know the number of things I haven't done over the last 7, 8, 9 years only because there was a form that had to be filled out. I'm like, no.
Forms are just
like too much work.
Who needs them? Ugh.
I know.
They should just let anyone go on there.
Absolutely ridiculous. So here, do I even have a trailer for the Euro Truck? Hold on. There's Euro and see what happens. Euro. Sony. Jim Ryan laughs at Xbox One launch delay. What has to do with Euro? Why did that show up when I searched? Anyway, nope. All right. Looper says, but aren't you the biggest Metacritic?
Metacritic.
That's a mic drop moment right there. That's a mic drop moment. That's really good, Looper. I think that's my favorite comment of the day.
No,
I am a massive Metacritic, but I'm a bigger Sony critic. Right? You're always critical of those who you love.
Out of love.
Yep. Wild Hour, the Game Cat with the Australian 5 says, big thanks to the Game Cat's Pepperoni and Big Fat Frog. Yo, speaking of Big Fat Frog, I played so much Rush VR with Big Fat Frog. He's
Big
awesome.
Fat Frog. Oh yeah, I remember Big Fat Frog.
Hell yeah. We played Ultrawings with the Hotas Wednesday. Awesome fun. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. USE time. Oh, is this a regular thing you guys do? It's a regular thing you guys do? Every Wednesday you play Ultrawings with the Hotas? I'm so curious. Game Cat's Pepperoni. Why do I know Pepperoni the Game Cat? Anyway. This is why the Game Cat community is so awesome, though. Because you find this stuff all the time. I didn't know these people were doing a weekly thing, and they're just doing it, right? Where'd you find each other? I'm guessing around the Game Cat community. I'm just guessing. We got Tiffany with GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat, with a $2 says, stupid $2. Susan Powers, stop the insanity. I think, isn't it Powder? There's a T in there somewhere. I couldn't remember the first name. Because I kept thinking Stephen Powder, but I pictured the girl with the shaved head. Something like that. At least somebody understood my reference. I know Miles wasn't going to. He thought it was a Powerpuff Girls reference. We weren't even close. Anyway. Miles, what a great week for PSVR2. Yeah, are you feeling it? Are you feeling the momentum?
Idol Maker, Pets and Stuff.
I'm done with you.
Chernobyl again. Yeah, man. Good week.
Yeah, and we didn't today. We're not even talking about the Hitman updates that got announced, right? Lots of Hitman stuff going on. Tons and tons of new Hitman content. And all sorts of quality of life improvements. And then the Gran Turismo Spec 3 stuff that got announced that's coming in December. I mean, like, this has been whether it's new games announced or new games, that we're getting updates on. It just feels like so much. It feels like so much is happening right now. It feels very, very good to be a PSVR2 gamer right now. I don't say that often when it comes to the VR space. Yeah,
we're in the Goldilocks zone, Brian.
Miles with the level 2 membership says, I know someone who talks like an owl. Who? Who talks like an owl, Miles? Who?
I think I did this joke before, but it just cracks me up every time.
Well, as long as you're laughing.
Yeah, that's why I do it. I tell jokes to make myself laugh, not anyone else.
All right.
You
You want to do a 4-minute challenge?
Sure. Who's
All right.
picking?
You are picking.
Oh yeah.
I screwed up on Wednesday's show. I had Wes pick, and it was not Wes's turn to pick.
Oh well. It's quite all right. We can do this. Okay, let's have a look here.
And I'm gonna scrub Wednesday's show from without Parole canon. I'm gonna say that wasn't a canon episode. Nothing that happened then is considered canonical.
Okay.
Yes, Looper. I am guessing for the third time in a row. Yes, because we screwed up, and now this is the only way to fix it is by getting back on. Getting back on.
Okay.
I gotta set the mood, Miles. I gotta set the mood.
Set the mood.
Yep. Turn the lights down low. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Is everyone okay with me taking my shirt off?
We can wait.
Yeah. Can I take my pants off? You won't even see that.
Let's take the shirt off then.
Yeah.
Is it either or? Is that the threat? What's it going to be? It's
gonna feel really uncomfortable in this chair. It's gonna be sticking to it. I just want to open up the window, man. Get a nice cool breeze going in here, but I can't because it's too loud out there, and the fireworks are gonna start any minute.
Okay, I got a game.
All right, cool. You guys know how this works. Miles picked out a PSVR1 or PSVR2 game, and it's our time down here to figure out what game that is. We have only 4 minutes, but an infinite number of yes or no questions to ask those questions in. So make sure you ask good questions in the chat, and then depending on the answers we get to those questions, make sure you suggest good games that the game might be. On your mark. Get Des. Go. Is it on PSVR 1?
No.
Is it on Quest or Steam?
Yes.
Okay. So PSVR 2, not exclusive. Was it a launch title?
No.
Rhythm game?
Nope.
Did it get mentioned on today's show?
No.
Do you have full locomotion? Asked Markio.
Yes.
Do you shoot guns?
Yes.
Do you shoot other weapons? Or do you have other weapons?
Do you mean other than guns?
Yes. Like, are there melee weapons?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you beat off attackers? Says Alex Blanco.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can call them attackers. Yeah, you beat them off.
All right. Let's see. Is it multiplayer?
No.
No multiplayer. There goes Crossfire. All right. Okay. Let's figure this out. Yeah. Good question. Tatum asked: are there zombies?
No.
Does it have a sci-fi vibe?
Yes.
Okay. Sci-fi shooter. Wait, did we say yes with multiplayer? I forgot.
No multiplayer.
Okay, sci-fi single player. It's not Star Wars because that was a launch game. We already asked if it's rhythm, right? And it's not rhythm.
It's not
Is
rhythm.
it rhythm. Not rhythm. So no pistol whip tantrum. Okay. Cool. Is it a roguelite?
No.
Is it based on any known IP outside of gaming?
No.
Is it a sequel?
No.
Does it have sequels?
No.
Okay. There goes Vertigo 2, you guys. It can't be. It can't be. Surviving Mars, because we talked about Surviving Mars. Hubris is a good shout. Unreal GameCat. Do you swim in this game?
No.
Okay, not Hubris.
I don't think so. Say again.
It says not Hubris if you because swimming is a big part of.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think they swim.
Okay. Are you on an alien planet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Alien planet. You do a lot of shooting. It's single player. Is it set in a space station? That kind of setting.
Yeah, that kind of setting.
Did we mention the developer in any context on today's show?
Sorry, it was one of the questions.
Oh my God.
Do you say you're on an alien planet?
Yeah.
You're not on an alien planet. I was just looking out.
Okay.
But you could easily assume you were.
Okay. Is this made by Bulwark Games?
It is indeed.
Is this Genotype?
It is Genotype, Brian.
Woo!
Yeah, no, I was when I was looking at the trailer description, and the first question, the first line of it is, "Are you ready for a journey to Antarctica?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember now."
Yeah, it's funny. Like, in my head, it's a space station. It's not even like an.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Of course, there's a penguin on it.
Right, all penguins go to heaven. No, go to space. That's a different movie.
Good one, Brian.
Good job, chat. Thank you so much for helping me get there. You guys are awesome as always. Really, really fun.
And there isn't melee, right? There isn't melee in it. I know there's that weapon that kind of, it's like the whip thing. I think there was like a whippy kind of.
There's a grapple one. Yeah,
but I don't think there's actual melee. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I like this one. I still haven't finished it though. Right. I think when things settle down,
which is why when you said, "Do you swim?" I'm like, not that I know of.
I think when things settle down, I would really, really like to revisit this and start over from scratch and play through, because it was a Metroidvania style game that I had massive issues struggling. Like in Metroidvanias, I think it's really, really fun when you get a new power and you're like, oh well, finally I can get to this new area that it sort of had in the back of my mind. You're like, oh, I can't get through that that grate because I'm a human being and human beings don't go through grates, right? But then when you get the mist form in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you just kind of phase through it. And you're like, oh hell yeah, right? Genotype, those things in Genotype didn't seem as obvious to me, and so when you do get new abilities, I was like, man, where the fuck am I supposed to go? And I wandered a lot aimlessly, and it didn't help that every time I played Genotype, it was like a month between the last time I had been there and the next time. So I'd like to start it from scratch and play this game from beginning to end and play through it. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and give it a proper review, of course, because I think it deserves one. It's a great game. All right, Myles, what's the plan for the weekend? We're like about to head into October here. Right, we've got literally 4 days left in the month. About to head into October. Spooky season is officially here. What you got plans for anything? Any movies, haunted houses, video games, scary stuff? When are you doing Madison? That's all anybody wants to know.
Well, that's going to be on Halloween week.
Halloween week.
Let me have a look at what games I've actually got planned for this coming week. I've got written down Underdogs, Iron Guard. Extreme Off-Road Racing VR.
Oh, no.
No?
Dude, I mean, set aside 15 minutes for that game, because I think that's the most anybody could possibly play it without wanting to blow their brains out. It's so,
I got to do
so
one of them
bad.
a week at least to chip away. Okay, well that's gonna be a good Wednesday one. Escaping Wonderland, which just turned a year. Obviously not on PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't actually been out that long on PSVR2. And then on Friday, Dropship Commander.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
PSVR2, dude.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing it. It's a tough game though, dude. It's not easy.
Yeah,
I mean it's like the classic,
Lunar
arcade
Lander.
games.
It is Lunar Lander.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's not even like it. Yeah.
But what are there any games that have come out this week or next week that I should be thinking about? I'm trying to think.
Listen, the only game that might come out next week is Blacktop Hoops. Still waiting to hear back from Vinci Games. For whatever reason, the store page listed it as September, and it didn't come out this past week. So maybe it's coming out next week. There's only 2 more days in September next week. If it's not delayed, they're not doing a very good job of building up hype for the release. And if it is delayed, they're not doing a good job of lowering people's expectations for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
Oh, good call, Farglesoft. It's Lunar Lander, but with Creeper Betty, which makes Lunar Lander infinitely better. Yep. Comic Book Guy with the 10 quid says, sorry if I've asked this before. Never apologize. You know how many episodes in a row sometimes we have the same conversation over and over? So never worry if something has been asked before. But I have a pretty bad memory. So do I, buddy. Don't worry. What are both of your top 10 platinum trophies?
What?
Oh, no.
What does that mean? Top 10, like our favorite platinum trophies?
I mean, it's got to be, right? It's got to be. Also, almost a year later, is the Pro worth buying, or is it still waiting for the PS6? Okay, listen. I don't think we could possibly, without a lot of preparation, I don't think we could put together a list of our top 10 platinums. But there are games that are fun to get the platinum in, right? There are games that are just like so much fun that it's, I think, honestly, like going for the Ancient Dungeon platinum, going for the Phasmophobia platinum, these are games that I just have fun playing anyway. And it's always cool when a new trophy pops on those, because you're just playing it. You're not going for specific trophies unless you are, trying to get the platinum. And so I think those games are just fun to play. And I think, the games that keep pulling you back in, and then there's ones that have some kind of counter on them, find this ghost this many times type thing. You're like, well, I'm going to do that naturally over the course of a year or 2 years or 5 years anyway, right? So I think it's really fun when games have that kind of stuff, which seems excessive at first, but if you're just playing the game religiously, it's great. I think those are my favorite ones to go for. But I think Resident Evil 7 might have been my favorite platinum of all time, because I didn't get it until I went for a platinum run. You can go back on the channel and see how many times I streamed Resident Evil 7 from beginning to end. I think I played that game 7 times from beginning to end, and I think 5 of them were on stream. And one of those was just an attempt to get the platinum trophy, right? It's like having, I think it was MRI Gamer, in my headset or typing in the chat, telling me like what I needed to do to knock out a few more trophies that I had to get done, was really, really fun. And so, again, but the ones with the platinum trophies that are the most fun to get are the games that you're having the most fun playing. I think that's the message I keep coming back to.
That is very, very true. I would have no idea. I'm literally looking through my trophy list now.
Myles is trying to actually come up with a list of 10.
Oh man, I did get 2 platinums this past week though. I did it for Maestro. Maestro is an easy platinum because you just need to, because you can do it on easy mode. You just need to get like 5-star ratings on every song. And Metropolis 2. These were 2 games that I recently Let's Played. Metropolis 2 was a fun one to platinum, just because you sort of go back and actually Metropolis 2, I don't know if we talked about it last week, because I think last week I had just Let's Played it, so the beginning bit. But what's so funny?
You'll find out.
Uh-oh.
And real quick, almost a year later, is the Pro worth buying, or is it worth waiting for the PlayStation 6? It's such a tough question, man. It's such a tough question, right? Because it's not like the PlayStation 4 Pro. It's not. The PS4 Pro just made everything so much better, and there were significant improvements in every single game. And it was like, man, it got to the point where we're like, why is anyone even playing on the OG PS4, right? Because some games were just garbage on the OG, on the base PS4, and yeah, it just made everything better. But the enhancements that the PS5 Pro so far at least brings, it's like something here, something here, something here. Its subside was just already beautiful. It's like, oh, now there's dynamic shadows on certain things that you pick up. It's like, that's so insignificant that you wouldn't even know they were not there until you played the Pro version. it just, to me, it mean it's how much do you play Gran Turismo? How much do you play No Man's Sky? Those are the big ones.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I couldn't really justify it. I think you'd have to be a flat screen gamer. Like there were certain games I played on the flat screen, like Spider-Man 2. Being able to play like what used to be on PS5, their what's it called? Performance mode, and then what's the other mode called?
Fidelity?
Is it fidelity mode? Yeah. So you're literally basically playing fidelity mode and performance mode at the same time. So you're playing fidelity mode at 60 frames per second and going back in Spider-Man 2 and swinging through the city like that was absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But I think that, yeah, as Brian said, for VR, it's so minimal. I think that if you want just general quality of life improvements, I mean, it's kind of how I felt when I first bought a PS5. I was like, they could have literally released no games with the PS5 at launch, but like just jumping to an SSD drive and, you know, there's just how quick everything loads and having more space and that, I think is great. PS5 Pro is just like not that as significant. And it's not to say it won't get to that point, but I still think it's early days with that.
Agreed. Yeah, I feel like we're just at the beginning of that. You know, all these people who think PlayStation 6 is right around the corner. I'm like, I think we got a couple years, you guys. Right? The PS5 Pro is not that old.
Yeah.
And
if you don't own, so I was talking earlier about my friend Brian, Damien, who was thinking about getting a PS5 and a PSVR2. He's actually thinking about getting a PS5 Pro and a PSVR2. I think if you don't own a PS5, go for a PS5 Pro. Like the whole point is like if you have a PS5, to buy a console all over again, it's just like it's a really hard thing to push for.
Yeah, I think Flight Simulator will be a big reason to buy.
That's a great. Yep.
Yeah. So is it worth waiting for the PS6? I mean, listen, everybody's different. Everybody's in a different financial situation. Everybody cares about different things. Some of these really subtle things with the PS5 Pro are really big for some people. And again, it is depending on which games you're playing. I think Myles is spot on. I think if you are just buying a PlayStation 5 right now, just go for the Pro, and you'll be fine. I think the alternative is that if you are thinking about upgrading, make sure you sell your PS5. Sell your PS5 and get a good price for it, and then the $200 or whatever you're going to spend to upgrade won't feel so bad. But yeah, don't do what I did and have two PlayStation 5 sitting next to each other, and you're just like miserable. It's such a pain in the ass. I know it's a first world problem, but having Sense controllers paired to one and not the other, and having to switch the headsets, and it's just a pain in the butt. Yeah. So if you're gonna upgrade, make sure you sell your other one. There's no reason to keep both. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a case to be made for waiting for the PlayStation 6 right now. I don't think some of these improvements really make the jump worthwhile. GameCast, specifically White Tiger with the level 1 membership, says, what a week. Resident Evil 9 just left. Oh, that's the one we have left to be announced.
Oh, I'll put a minute.
Yeah. Does Surviving Mars have DFR? That's what he's asking. Does Surviving Mars have DFR?
Ask Wes.
That's a no. I always thought the wording they used was strange because they talked about it using eye tracking and having foveated rendering, but they didn't actually say that it's using eye tracked foveated rendering. Is there a reason for this?
I don't think. I don't know. I need to check.
Okay. I will tell you that.
And that's, by the way, that's not me trying to dodge and hide something. Like I genuinely don't know, and I don't want to misquote. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually don't think it does, but you're right. They do use eye tracking for certain things. Oh, it's Wes says it depends on when you ask. Well, I think it's they may have added it, but then there was an issue at launch, so they've removed it temporarily, and they're going to be patching it back in. That might be what's happened.
I think the Pro was super sampling before launch, and
that was it.
Right?
Oh man.
So yeah, very confusing. The answer is we don't know. We have no idea. But it does. I mean, listen, the game looks good. It could look sharper. And I think this is one of these where I did test it out before launch, and it did look much better on the Pro, right? It looks sharper. I do think that this has a little bit of a soft look to it. And so we're waiting for that Pro patch to come back and sharpen up the game a little bit. Sorry, we don't have a more specific answer for you, William.
But we're checking in daily with Bulwark, and they are just saw the latest tip.
Myles,
but yeah, they're working daily on stuff. And by the way, there are some really cool features that are being worked on for Surviving Mars that I'm super excited for as well. So
good. I hope those features are getting rid of all the bugs, because as you know, I encountered a few bugs that got fixed for launch, and now apparently in fixing those bugs, more bugs have occurred, and I am getting messages on a
just to say. Yeah. The bug fixing is like literally the top priority, and just to give even more specifics, I have a spreadsheet of all the bugs I found. I've collated it from what people have been talking about. Cussman had a comment on Fridays because he'd given some. I've got a spreadsheet. I've put what is like most critical, and I've even ranked them now on priorities, and Bulwark are working through them. So we're doing it. But the other thing, and I think I'm able to say this, I don't think it's in the game yet, but they've just got Sony, they've just got permission. I say permission. They've had it pass through that they're adding a bug reporter into the game as well. So if people come across bugs, they'll be able to report directly through the game, which should also help with anything additional as well. Yeah.
Looper says, so should we just forget about Surviving Mars until it's finished? I mean, listen,
sure.
This is how I feel about everything. It doesn't matter if Myles or Wes is here next to me or currently below me. Yes. I mean, like, listen, I thought the game was fantastic, and the bugs I encountered were not game breaking. They were fine, right? And I had such a great time that I was like, everyone needs to play this. But people are reporting these bugs to me, and they are saying, that there was a patch today and it broke somebody's game. I got an email about it. Somebody emailed me. I'm like,
what about today?
Yeah, the patch that went out today. They're like, it made it completely unplayable, and I'm like, fuck, man, like you gotta tell Bulwark, you gotta tell Flat VR, because I can't do anything, right? No. However, it does not matter what game we're talking about, right? If you're hearing that a game is buggy or it's got issues, do not buy it, right? And the only thing that makes me sad is that I reviewed a game that people are not experiencing right now, and I hate that so much. So
and by the way, you can see this on like the PlayStation Store. The most common score is 5 stars. The second most common score is 1 star. And so, like, we're talking about this internally, like that summarizes it well, which is there's a lot of people that are not having these issues. And again, I spent 40 hours in the game in like 10 days. Fucking loved it. Finally got the platinum, and I did have issues, but I was able to go through them. Other people, it's been like a no-go. I mean, people that watch my Let's Play of it, I Let's Played, and as the game started, I fell through the floor, and I restarted it 3 times, and the game wasn't going to start. That is a game-breaking bug. I was able to fully force the game, go back into it, and then it worked. So it's like, if people would experience that, I'd be like, yeah, fuck, this doesn't even work. I felt that about Bocce Ball. I fell through the floor during the menu, and I mocked it. And so when it happened in Surviving Mars for me, I was like, oh god, yeah, same sort of thing. Fortunately, it was fixable, and it is behind an amazing game. But yeah, I would just say, guys, that if people are like, yeah, I want to hang on until it's fixed, yeah, it's our game, but I totally respect your right to do it, and we'll keep you updated as and when things come through.
Yeah, and I do think we're talking about a slightly different situation here than Wanderer, right? Wanderer came out 7 months ago. Wasn't it February or something? It was a while ago, and we're still just they're nowhere near finished their roadmap, right? And so
Wes says we should do a physical version.
Yeah, when it's done, I agree. You should. When it's done. Oh my god. Anyway. So I'm really hoping that Bulwark can blast through these bugs and start focusing on adding content to the game when the game's fixed. So
Wes said it really well in here. He put They're fixing bugs, and these features they're planning are way more than I expected to hang in there. Honestly, some of the features that have been worked on, I'm super pumped for. They're going to be
nice,
awesome. So
nice. Okay. GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat with the $10 tip says, sorry for posting this question again, but Brian said there are no stupid questions. What are both of your top 10 platinum trophies? Is a pro worth buying? Okay. Very funny, Tiffany. I don't know. What are your top 10 platinum trophies, Myles?
Well, my first ever one was Uncharted.
Nice. Which was wasn't that the first game to get a platinum trophy?
Maybe actually, yeah, because it would have been on PS3. I'm guessing.
Yeah, and it got patched in after the game. It didn't have a trophy list when it came out because trophies didn't exist when the game came out.
You're so right. I'm looking now. I got the platinum trophy on the 20th of June 2009.
Wow, you were 7 years old. I'm just making up a number. I don't know.
My next one was Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time, which I got the 10th of March 2010. I love that. Like 3/4 of a year later, second trophy. And now I'm just shameless, man. I'm shameless.
I was a massive platinum trophy hunter when during the PS3 era. It was so much fun.
I got
so much fun.
Bird, platinum.
Different time.
Play Bird.
Ace Gamer Cat with the wow, they just don't want us to end. Ace Gamer Cat with the level 1 membership says, do we know if Microsoft Flight will capitalize on DFR or PSSR? Dude, I don't think that game would run in VR if it wasn't using DFR. I think that's how. I think that's why we can safely assume it won't be running at 90 native. It'll be running reprojected because it's got to use reprojection and it's got to use DFR in order for it to run at a decent frame rate in VR. Whether to use PSSR is a different question because they have already said that the flat screen version will support the Pro. So it'd be really nice if it was using PSSR on the Pro for both the flat screen and PSVR2. But I think it's all assumptions at this point. All assumptions. All right. We got slapping that ass with the $2 tip says, are we going to get a PSVR2 fishing game? Are we ever going to get? I don't know, man. I don't know. We had that whole conversation earlier.
Yeah, we're going to make one.
Yeah. I'd rather make Brian Shock.
Brian Shock's pretty cool, though.
I just hope it doesn't use vibrators.
Snatch and release.
Wow. I got to get in touch with the Real Fishing VR guys, slapping that ass, because I think that's the most likely answer is Real Fishing VR, Real VR Fishing, whatever it's called. That game looks great, and it looks like a good fishing game, and everyone on Quest seems to love it. So I thought they had announced a PSVR2 version at some point, or at least suggested that was going to be a thing. I don't know what happened to that. So I'll be looking into it and seeing if I can get an answer for you guys. Fifth with the Australian $2 tip says, everyone stop tipping. Myles is tired. This is like saying I'm against protesting, but I don't know how to show it. I love Mitch Hedberg.
It's from the Powerpuff Girls, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, in fact. Stop the insanity, Myles. All right, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. This was a fun episode. I actually thought it was going to be a short episode, and then you guys kept us around.
What time is it? What time is it?
Powerpuff time? I don't know. I don't know the
Powerpuff time. Go. Yeah, that's what they said. That was their catchphrase.
Is that real?
When they put their rings together. Captain Powerpuff Girls. I think that's what it was called.
Snafu with the $5 says, do you think Mighty Eyes screwed themselves? See, if I could screw myself, I'd never leave.
Oh my God, what
starting
is
work
innuendo?
I don't know, man. You started it. Over there looking so attractive. It's all your fault.
Stop screwing around.
If you didn't want this kind of attention, you shouldn't have dressed so seductively. Myles Dyer.
I look like a fucking mess.
Wes is out. Wes is like, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Do you think? Jesus Christ, what a weird day. Do you think Mighty Eyes screwed themselves by starting work on the sequel before the remake of Wanderer was finished? Meow. Love you
Have they
guys.
even started work on it? Do we know that?
Well, I mean,
They just announced it.
They announced it and showed like a pirate ship, right? The mast or the flag or something, right? Something along those lines.
Oh, the one that goes, "Release the Kraken." Yeah.
My guess is that there was very little work put into that game. Here's the really interesting thing. We talked to Mighty Eyes not that long ago, right? And Mighty Eyes was basically saying that, you know, as is very typical after a game comes out, the team shrinks. They let a lot of people go, right? And because, you know, until they're ready to start ramping up for the next game, they're down to like 5 employees, and at least one of those people is not a developer. So it's a really good question. Like, is any work done on the sequel? So I don't think so, because hold on a second. Wanderer, where is this? No, where's the announcement trailer? Here it is. If they wouldn't be down to 5 employees if they were full steam ahead on the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
The question is there still going to be a sequel after the madness that was the remake? I bet there is, but I think they're just not ready to gear up for it yet. I think they've got to. I think they're doing exactly the opposite of what Snafu's suggesting. I think they are trying to get Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, into the best condition it can possibly be in before ramping back up, getting the team back together, and going full force on the sequel. I think that's what's happening. Oh my God, the chat. That's my guess. I'll try to get an answer for you though, because I talk to them on a fairly regular basis, so I'll try to get some information for you guys. All right, Myles, time to get out of here. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you hanging out with us for a nice episode of GamesCast Live. What a great way to end the week. It was a lot of fun. Talking about some news, shooting the shit. Always like catching up with Myles. Always like catching up with the cats. It's been a great day, and hopefully this weekend will be even better. But I got to get to work on PSVR this week. Smack. Everyone go subscribe to Myles. YouTube.com/Moyles.
I only lost 30 subscribers this week, Brian. It's going in the right direction.
Losing fewer every week. Is that what's happening?
I'm losing more every week. But clearly, I just need to change up the games. So hopefully this week with Extreme Off-Road Racing VR, I'm going to turn it all around.
I'm surprised Idolmaker didn't bring in a new crowd.
No. But then again, a lot of you didn't know what it was, so maybe you'll check it out now and go, "Oh, this is pretty good content."
And
or not.
I'll be on a list. You'll all be found in a file somewhere. All right, guys. Thank you again. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you if you support the channel, whether it's over on patreon.com/withoutparole games. Get your name on that list. I swear for the beginning of October, I will update that list. I swear it. I promise it. I oath it.
Pinky promise?
Yeah, here, let me put it in my mouth. Put it in my mouth. I ate blueberries before this, so I'm scared that my teeth have blueberries all over them.
Quote that, guys. Put it in my mouth.
Is that not how you do a pinky promise? You don't put fingers in each other's mouths?
I don't know. That's not.
You guys do it differently in the UK? Yeah.
There's going to be loads of. Can someone someone do timestamps afterwards in the comments, and someone do like timestamps for like the top quotes of the episode as well?
Here it is, you guys. Your clip of the week, courtesy of Nick Mula, the Game Cat. Let's go.
All right. Just the end of another normal day at my totally normal job, and got everything nice and neat and organized, except for that bucket. Perfect. Just need this over there. I'll just go ahead and back up, and oh my god, this is I gotta learn not to do this.
My favorite part of that wasn't the glitch. It was that the arms swinging all over the place actually started knocking shit off the table. Like it was a stack of VHS tapes or binders or whatever the hell that was.
Was that Cosmodread?
No. It was Rogue Incursion. Alien.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I noticed all that physics system of containers carrying shit.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We love you all.
Bye-bye.